before we go any further, like before we get into the episode, real shit, this episode is going to come out before the election. Go vote. Please go vote. I don't know if you guys have been watching the rallies. Y'all know we are not political people at all, but that does not mean that we are oblivious to the things that are happening in this country. If y'all have not been watching the rallies from the Republican Party, first of all, that is not a full representation of the Republican Party. As somebody who actually prefers the Republican Party sometimes, I can tell y'all that what's really happening is not a direct reflection of the Republican Party. This is a really fucked up situation to be in. If you are registered to vote, you need to take your black ass, specifically your black ass, your woman ass, to the polls and go vote. This is deeper than a political issue. This is a black people issue. This is a children's issue. This is a mom's issue. This is a creative issue. There are so many type of budget cuts and so many different financial just parameters. There's so many policies that aren't even in place that they're just trying to wipe clean, and it's not fair. It affects us deeper than you know. It's gonna hit your paycheck. It's gonna hit your pockets. Go fucking vote. If you don't do it for nothing else, do it for the sticker. They give you a cute sticker. No matter what state you go in, get your sticker.
And you can get a mail-in ballot too.
Yes. Everybody's home received those ballots. If you are registered to vote, you got them packs in the mail. As long as your address is correct. Oh, yeah, everybody got those packs in the mail. You could have filled them out, sent them back. Please, please, I am imploring y'all, if y'all don't do shit else, listen to this episode. But nonetheless, on November fucking 5th, please go vote.
Or do it early.
Or early voting. By the time you see this, you'll still have time to early vote. Yeah. Go fucking vote. It's not a game. It's not a joke. I'm not playing with y'all bald head asses. Period.
I have to register.
Girl.
I never voted.
Really, friend?
I was raised in a
Wait,
religion.
they don't vote?
They do not vote. They don't vote.
Oh, they gotta go back to the drawing board. You said they be having group meetings and stuff. They need to bring that up. No, real shit.
No, they don't vote.
They
should. It's like a choosing man over God type of thing. It's like basically how the older generation is just like, if you pray to God, it'll all work out. It's kind of like that, but to another extreme. It's kind of like that's an weird
extreme that is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because one, that religion specifically has a very large following.
Yeah.
That is a huge margin of individuals that could directly affect how campaigns and shit actually go. There are so many religious leaders right now in general, preaching about the actual campaigns that are happening. That's an untapped market. I know that wouldn't be accepted, you know, like based on current circumstances, but they need to really get together on the weekends and be like, hey, yo, I know we got rules and regulations in place, but that voting shit, we gotta get on board. Churches, most churches, at least for Christianity, they do like shuttles and whatnot, or they do like luncheons. The choir go together, like something. Sometimes they volunteer. Some churches I don't know if they do early voting at churches anymore. I think it's mainly schools.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, you used to be able to go to certain churches. Used to be able to vote at those centers. Yeah, y'all, it's really not a fucking joke. Like, if there's nothing stopping y'all from going to vote, fucking go vote. Like, I'm at a point now, as the older I get, the more I recognize how much of a civil duty I actually have to certain shit, like jury duty, things that you really do sometimes be the thing that determines the fate of something else. And you might think that your shit don't count, because I used to think that way. I used to be like, what the fuck am I voting for? My vote don't count. Until you realize, like, shit, no, like, I'm a minority in more ways than one.
When I saw that picture of the video of the lady that was just like, you just have to pay to vote as black people, I was like, oh,
that
maybe I should
up
actually.
Really bad. What do you mean you had to choose between feeding your family and voting? And that's voter suppression. That's illegal.
Now.
Yeah, and that's not that long ago.
No.
My granny and that lady is about the same age. That's insane. That is so unfair and unfortunate. And I really need for America to get it the fuck together. Yeah. Because, like, bro, if we the land of the free, home of the brave, fuck is we doing?
Yeah. I'm going to put on my big girl panties and go register. Because the place is right up the street.
And voting is fun.
Voting
is fun to me. I like going. I get dressed up in all kinds of shit. I like talking to people outside, high-fiving motherfuckers. All kinds of shit. I do. I make it a whole thing. I like to go with my Golden Girls. I don't live with my aunt no more, so we can't go to the same voting place. But we call each other like, girl, I went voted. Girl, you see that line? Girl, I saw that line. Girl, that's why I early vote, because I don't be going all the way up in there. Nope, my granny voted at a different school than I do.
Oh.
We 2 different zip codes, too.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I know. But yeah, do the big people shit. Do the adult thing and go fucking vote. I'm not playing with y'all. I smack the shit out you. You don't go vote. I'm gonna start getting violent. That seems to be the only way people understand.
Let me really go.
Oh yeah, friend, I'm not playing with you. In the next 4 years, you gotta get it together, friend.
It's just different.
Yeah, but welcome to another episode of Jaded and Evolving. I'm one of your hosts, Big Mama. Period.
And I'm Natasha.
What's up?
Nothing much. We've been seeing a lot of each other these last couple weekends.
I know, so I really don't. I could ask you what's going on, but I know already.
I was about to say life shit.
Yeah. I had so many random, like, between the time that we talked about what time to record and the situations that happened to me getting here were so weird. One, I leave out my house, get in the car, put my car in drive. Fire truck pulls up, stops right in front of my car.
Again?
Gas leak, two houses down. They fixed the problem with one house today, finally.
Last one.
The very last problem. No, the house that had the problem, they fixed.
Okay.
That problem with the house burning down, I don't know what the fuck happened with that.
Okay.
This shit, they were the couple was standing outside. I don't know these people, but the couple was standing outside. Fire truck came, we woo, parked off front. So they stopped, and I was like, "Hi, can I get out?" And he was like, "Oh, baby, we shouldn't be long." And I was like, "No problem, because I'm not getting in the motherfucker way. You're a firefighter. If you tell me I can't pull off, I can't fucking pull off."
Right.
So I sat there, and then in my mind, I started thinking like, "Oh shit, if it's leaking, is it coming to my house?"
Right.
So I was like, "Fuck, I'm really gonna sit here until he tell me." So then they took some type of shit off his hip. I don't fucking know. And then they put this big ass fan out. And then he was like, do you need to leave? And I was like, yes, sir. I'm just trying to pull out. And he was like, do you live on this strip? And I was like, yes, sir. And he asked me, the address. And he was like, you should be fine. And then, I pulled off. Then I'm like, all right, I need to put air in my tire. So let me stop at Wawa's, Red Bull water. The line to put air in the tire is 7 trucks deep. 7 trucks. Not 7 cars, 7
Long
trucks.
As hell.
So I'm like,
every time.
My air's on 29. I can make it. I'm great.
Better than me. Mine be on 25.
Girl,
I be like,
it just was so many random encounters. I'm on the highway, this fucking Tesla. Don't even know what the fuck it's doing. It's coming over here. It's coming over there. Coming over here. Coming over there.
Why are people driving like this?
Very erratic. Very erratic. And then, 695 is just doing that weird thing right now where it's like 3 lanes, 4 lanes, 5 lanes, and back to 4. So that accompanied by this motherfucker was like everybody was pissed off at this one Tesla. Because what the fuck are you doing? I was so glad when I finally got to my exit. This shit went on from 18 to 30. Jesus. Girl, when I finally got, I was like, finally.
And it's A and B's in between that too.
So, yeah. Today was just more of a, not adventurous day, but like a what the fuck is going on type of evening. Not day, really. It was like, what the fuck is going on this evening? But I had a good day overall. It was just really random and weird.
That is really random.
It was so fucking random. I mean, I literally was getting ready to pull off, like, put my foot on the gas and the truck stopped right. It was like, woo, it stopped. I said, well, I guess I'm not going no fucking way. And I always take that as a sign, like, clearly I don't need to be where I'm supposed to be. Anything could have happened. Yeah. So I'm thankful. I know things like that happen for a reason. So yes. I'm chilling.
My day was pretty good. Right here at the freaking light, so you know how you can turn in to get into the grocery store, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want to block that way just in case there's a car. The car right behind me is honking at me to move up. So I'm like, I'm not moving because I see a car coming down with their blinker on to get in. So I let them in. They start honking again. I'm like, their light just turned green. I'm not pulling up.
Where am I going?
So I finally pull up and the guy comes in and he's staring at me and I was like,
I can't stand that.
I was just like, any other time I'd be like, all right, whatever. But this time I was like,
because what are we doing?
You old ass man. It's groceries.
And then where are you going?
Are you nervous that the last turkey bone gonna get taken? Like, what the fuck? The last turkey neck, the last fish dinner, the last chicken dinner.
Trust me, that shit's not going anywhere.
The snowballs across the street.
It's caution tape in front of that shit.
Oh shit!
Like on the step. I guess maybe they do it, end of the season. But I just out of all the shit that you could put up, caution tape is crazy. Yeah, this neighborhood in general is kind of peculiar if you think about it. Like Nothing about this neighborhood specifically makes sense. You have all of these like black-owned businesses, all this entrepreneur shit, and then you got a couple like poppy stores or some shit. And you got a karate shop, and then you got some tennis shoe resale. Then it's a jewelry store.
Funeral home.
It's a funeral home over here.
It's right there.
That's what I'm saying. Then Stoko's. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's so random in this one. Like this specific area. This is so random. But make sure you guys come by. Like, we're not saying that this space specifically where we record is weird. We're just saying that the area around it is a little peculiar.
It's safe.
You know, but parking, our door locks. Like, stop by. We're gonna put the address, you feel me? We put the studio right here. You got a podcast, you wanna come record? Come fuck with us. Just don't go to that supermarket, and if it's not the summertime, can't get a snowball. That's about it.
That's fair. You can get your hair cut though.
You could.
In the barrel.
And you can get some bread right next door.
Just
so fucking weird. What the fuck? Why is that there? Then you go X store. If you cross the street, walk down two, 3 spots. This is X store. What the fuck is going on over here?
I think that's just life in general. It's just full of random shit, and you just gotta like. It's like, where's the cohesion? Sometimes there's no cohesion.
Entrepreneurship
it's just a whole bunch
is just
of
the
shit.
name of the game over here. Because I feel like everything over here is. There's no big name spots here. I think everybody was like franchise owner. Or
except for Dunkin' Donuts and CVS right there, but
franchises.
Yeah,
you know, like technically they're self-owned. So if maybe that's the energy around here. That makes sense for this spot. That makes sense for a lot of spaces. No, that's crazy though. Oh, who the fuck is you honking at, Papa? Smack the shit out you.
I mean mug the shit out that man.
You should have smacked his ass.
I was about to roll down the window and be like, "Who the fuck you looking at?"
I would have. But you know, sometimes people got guns and shit in their car. I'm not.
And you know how I start feeling. I be like,
you start wilding.
What you mean?
Like, I told you, I be scared of you sometimes. Cause like you'll feel away and then you get turned up more. And you get turned up some more. And I be like, yeah, she about to spaz. Like, for real. She about to crash.
I wasn't even thinking that way. I was thinking the opposite of when I start feeling bad. Cause I be like, oh,
girl,
shit,
you just say, if you mean mug a grandpa and then you feel bad. But girl, come on. Papa deserved it. True. Fuck him and his pacemaker.
For the most part.
Cause why he honking?
Bread gonna be there.
You know it. We actually have topics this week, y'all.
Kinda. That's good though. Cause literally sitting here thinking, I'm like, yeah, I ain't got nothing on the dome.
Yeah, usually for the past like 4 months, we've been winging it.
It's been a great time. Y'all been here. Y'all been liking it.
Speaking of that, let's talk about the strap in the room. Cause I don't really want to call it the penis. Listen.
Oh.
All right, so we do a lot of looking, specifically me, I do a lot of looking at our metrics. And because we are a team, I bring these metrics to Natasha's attention. Yet the fuck again, on YouTube, there are a lot of male supporters. And when I say a lot, I mean 81% of our listeners via YouTube are male supporters. While we appreciate having grown to 150 subscribers thus far, having the amount of hours that we have in watching hours, Jaded and Evolving specifically is a podcast to empower women to stop the bullshit and to evolve, right? That was the whole point. We're aware that there's some shit with us, right? And we do our best to sit here and demystify and unpack the shit.
From the viewpoints of women.
This is not for male entertainment. That's not why we do it. That just seems to be the thing right now, like the way things are going. But I think that if we don't address it, then it kind of makes us look like hypocrites, because then it makes us different than two men behind mics.
To be honest, unless your name is Sylvester or Nolan.
Yeah, why are you talking to us?
Or the plethora of other people that we're like, okay, you're a man and you can benefit from this. Like, you listen to our show. We know you. Yeah. Cool. But like, why are y'all here? And if y'all gonna be here, like, comment, and subscribe, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's only like maybe one comment. And I'm just like, but y'all watching. I don't understand. Like,
and we can see when you guys aren't subscribed. And again, this is not a guilt trip or anything like that, right?
For me. Because what the fuck? Like, if you going to support for real.
And that's my thing, right? So again, while we appreciate it, ladies, we are letting y'all know that this podcast is specifically a safe space for y'all.
Bring
like,
your cute ass over here.
Come over here. Like, girl, we want to be ignorant right along with you. Take your bra off, put your bonnet on, girl, get the house dressed, and have a weekend of catching up on Jaded and Evolving. Have your homegirls over. We do like a happy hour every weekend. We want to start going live when we have these happy hours. We want to start interacting with you guys more. But if we don't know where you are, if y'all aren't talking to us, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say, guys, while we really appreciate you guys watching.
Because y'all have calmed down.
A lot. When we first started this, there was a lot like, oh, you fat bitches. What the fuck do you fat bitches know? It's calmed down tremendously. However, we did not start this podcast.
Show this podcast to your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's perfect.
To your sister.
Yes, your mama. Fuck, tell your mama, come on.
Grandma.
My mama watched the show, so like.
My mom does too.
Ladies, we here. Fellas,
your niece.
We see y'all.
Your auntie.
Yeah, but just that. I feel like we're missing the plot, right? We had a plot and we're missing the plot. And this got us going back to the drawing board because now we looking at each other like, what the fuck are we saying that's got these niggas so
because
enthralled?
We're holding our
counterparts
accountable and they be eating that shit up. And I'm just like, I want to start making you hold yourself accountable. How about that? How about you wash your ass? Take out the garbage.
Go get that peen checked.
Get your penis checked.
Let them put your balls
Go get
in
a haircut. Pay your bills on time.
Raise your kids. Brush your teeth.
Call your mama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like all that. All that. Go to therapy.
Yeah. Get a community. A healthy community.
Do some yoga, meditation. Yeah, raise your son. When's the last time you talked to your son? When's the last time you talked to your father? Call that nigga. See what that nigga's doing.
Ask your baby mother if she okay, if she right.
Call your fucking baby mother and see if them kids need shoes or something. It's getting cold outside. Do the babies got boots?
McDonald's don't even cost that much if you got that. Come on.
The last winter, I'm telling you, them babies done probably grew.
They done.
That coat don't fit no
3
more.
3 sizes.
So in Burlington, we having real good sales. If you're a good father, go get your kids some coats. And
Wherever
don't even tell your baby mother.
Burlington.
Just go get the motherfucking coats.
And drop them off.
Drop them off at the baby mother house. I don't care how much she argue. I don't care how much she go back and forth with you. You did your part. That's all we got for y'all. That's it. This the last time we helping y'all. We gonna start bashing y'all again, telling y'all nuts thing. What's up, friend?
So this past week I realized that I was worthy.
Yes.
And it kind of occurred from like outside validation, but it hit me kind of harder because it's a lot of the times I have a feeling that I need to change who I am. Like I feel like I'm not outspoken. I'm very to myself, all this and that. But while talking to one of our mutual friends, I realized that the way that I am is enough. I am worthy of having connections, regardless of how introverted I feel like I am or how to myself I feel like I am. I'm still worthy of having beautiful connections, or I'm worthy in general of just being able to be myself.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think self-worth, whether we want to admit it or not, is somewhat tied to outside validation. Because whether we want to admit it or not, and no matter how many times we say it on the show, like, you don't need a motherfucker to tell you nothing. When you have community around you, having somebody be able to reiterate to you that you are worthy where you are does really help to confirm it when you already in your head about who you are.
Yeah.
The years that we're in right now, not even like an age thing, but just like a time frame thing, right? The way that the world is working, there's so many outside forces that are impressionable, and it makes us feel like I should be doing more, or I shouldn't be doing this, or I should. So when you have people around you that are like, girl, it don't fucking matter what you're doing right now, what you're not doing, you're worth it. That means a lot. So I think it's dope that you were able to have a conversation with somebody else, and like you said, although it came from an outside source, you were just kind of like, no, fuck, like, no, that's really confirmed, and I needed that. And shout out to that, because most community members should be
affirmed,
and it shouldn't just be when things are good. It shouldn't just be when things are bad. It should be that, moot point sometimes where you don't really got much going on. You kind of feel like you coasting, and maybe you got a couple questions, to just have that random little tidbit, that little golden nugget in your day to be like, no, fuck, like, girl, you still worthy. No matter what. That's a warm feeling.
And it also reminded me that, like, I have to continuously let myself know this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
while, like, kind of hyping myself up in this sense, I went into a little bit of comparison mode, because I'm just like, some people don't need that as much as I do. I'm a person that needs reassurance a lot, but I realize, like, I need to do it for myself more often, like, because I hadn't really been doing that for myself, nor was I getting that from outward sources. But like, once I started to look deeper within and everything, that's when it came from outside, and I was just like, oh shit, like, yeah, like, of course.
Yeah.
So
You also surrounded yourself with more confident people.
yeah.
Since knowing you, your community has changed drastically.
Yeah, because it used to just be me.
Yeah, I mean, and even in the people that you were hanging around, like the friends of yours that I don't know, but we talked about. I don't know them well enough to say like they aren't strong people or they're not confident, but it sounds like a lot of the reason why you guys got along so well is because you guys are introverted and because it would only be like 2 or 3 of you guys. So when you hang out with larger groups of people and then those larger group of people are more lit than your usual group, it can be a little bit intimidating at first, but it also, like you said, it reaffirms the parts of you that you don't really touch too much. Where it's just like, damn, like, I'm really lit. Like, I think in the adverse of that, us being friends, you've brought me around people that are more in touch with nature. Like, I'm usually sitting in the grass by my fucking self. But it does let me know, like, no, you're still an intuitive spirit that is still in touch with nature. Like, girl, everything is good, everything is well. Because my spirituality is not tied to practices per se. It's a lifestyle for me. So my day-to-day is prayer. My day-to-day is incense. My day-to-day. But my day-to-day is not hiking. My day-to-day is not, eating tofurkey and all that other shit. Like, that's not my thing. But having people in your circle that are like, girl, you can still eat chicken wings and still very much be, like that is, it's a really affirming thing. No, I think that's dope that I see you getting into a rhythm this season. Like last winter, you kind of, like tucked yourself in a little bit, but you were in a hibernation space to really like, pop out and thrive. And I think this time around, you're not taking the same measures towards that, but you're still making progress. So you're making these like lifestyle changes or these habit changes where it's not about like popping out and showing niggas. It's popping out and showing yourself, like proving to yourself. And your community is just like, you can do it. You can do it. So I think that's the thing. You need cheerleaders. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You specifically, people who are really getting into a rhythm of like self-confidence, self-worth. You need bad bitches. You need confident women. You need the older women who know themselves to cheer you the fuck on. Because if you look back and you like, all right, well, all I got is old me. Like, this bitch don't know shit. Like, how you doing? You like, she like, can I come? And you like, girl, I don't know. You feel me? Like, I'm trying.
Like, no, actually.
I'm trying to see if they got a space for you, but they ain't really fucking with me right now. He's like, I'm not too sure. I just got here. It's a little weird when you first, start out because you're like, y'all fuck with me or not? And they're like, girl, yeah, we fuck with you. We're trying to get you to fuck with you.
And then I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, right. Because like, I see you like finding your personal style. I see you finding all these things. I'm just like,
it has been a journey for sure because of the low self-worth and the low self-esteem that I have had for a very long time. Like since I was like a kid, for real, like doing that inner child work, talking to my, inner teen, talking to my inner younger adult and being like, what's up? Like, where did this like come from? Really trying to find source. And even if I don't find the source of it, just being like, well, that's no longer valid. Like it's fine to move on from these things, and it's
without the closure, because sometimes there's no answer.
And I honestly realize that I have not gotten closure on a lot of shit in my life.
Okay.
But it's like, it's fine. Like, what do I need it now? Like, I'm literally doing my own thing. Like you said, I am finding myself. Yeah. And I don't need, I need community, but I truly don't need that closure, because that's not going to help me like with anything. What I'm going to sit in it and be like, damn, like that's why like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, closure is not mandated, because it often makes you want to know the why behind the why. So when somebody's like, for instance, when breakups happen because somebody cheated, why did you cheat on me? Oh, just, I wanted some new pussy. Why? Like you're always going to want to fight the why.
Not good enough.
So I just be trying to instill that in people, like, girls, stop. Even when it come to shit with you, like, why did my parents divorce? Why did I do this? Right? Like when it came down to shit with me, I'm like, I could go ask my mom and my daddy. They gonna tell me the truth, and y'all be all fucked up.
Right.
So it's best if I just leave that shit alone. Like, nah, closure can be a bitch sometimes too, because you get the answer and your mouth be wide the fuck open.
Damn.
Oh, really? Fuck me. Oh, you really meant fuck me back.
Like, that's how you feeling?
Yeah, but no, that's dope. I fuck with it.
But also while feeling worthy, being cocky as fuck.
Okay,
confidence
girl.
As hell.
Hell yeah. That's been, I think that's just gonna be my running theme. I have a problem with overdoing things sometimes. So like for me, my confidence has to have a cap, because then I'll start to feel like I'm feeling myself too much, and that there's a humbling experience coming. And it comes from being younger, right? And I would be in these friendships with different people and in these different friend groups. And I've always been a very ambitious person. So while my friends are out, playing or doing whatever they're doing, I'm in some type of after school program, or I'm, trying to do something. And oftentimes it was met with what the fuck are you doing that for? Like, why you just not, why you ain't out here with us? Or, like, what the fuck are you doing that for? And it would cause my confidence to kind of take a hit, because
like, why am I doing this?
Before I accepted myself as, again, that self-worth as being enough, my shit was tied to me being a part of those communities. So when I found my, like, interest changing, or when I found other shit and I found myself being confident in something new, and I found that my friends were no longer liking me, or they no longer wanted to be around me, I was like, fuck, well, now I gotta dim my light. I gotta turn myself down so that I could still have my friends. And oftentimes I look back and I'm like, I don't even hang with none of them niggas no more. And the hater in me, right, will go back to people's Facebook pages, will go back to Instagram pages.
What is this bitch doing?
And I see their current situation, and I'm just
not
like,
a damn thing.
And this is why I'm cocky as fuck. This is why I'm confident as hell, because, bitch, I could have stayed like you. I could be miserable like you. And I can see the perpetration in people's confidence. Like, I see straight through people sometimes. So you could walk in the room with your motherfucking chest out, and I know your titties fake. Like, you see what I'm saying? I'm one of those people where I've always been very intuitive. I've always been very discerning, but I also have been very naive. Yeah. So sometimes I would see people doing shit and I'm just like, damn, she got it. Damn, he got it.
No.
They ain't got it.
They miserable as hell.
So that's why as of late, I just been walking around kind of like, I call it like a Megan Thee Stallion complex or a Glorilla complex. Those women right now, Sexy Red complex, like just the women in general who are winning. I think about like the women in our community, the women in our circle, all different aspects of life, and still very much winning. And our challenges are real challenges. These challenges are not, how can I get these people to like me? How can I get these people to do this? How can I make $1 million tomorrow? Like none of that shit. It's just like, how can I better improve my life? How can I, still wake up every morning and like myself?
I was about to say, how can I make this day better than yesterday?
So I'm finally getting to a point where being cocky, being confident is just second nature for me. And it's very weird.
It should be.
It is still something that I'm really, really working on, because even like my mama, friends, girl, how do you, out of all people, doubt yourself? And I'm just like, why the fuck? That's such a ugly thing for you to say to somebody who's already questioning herself, because now I'm questioning myself about why am I questioning myself? This is
But that's your sense of closure too, though. It's kind of like but why am I though?
And that's exactly why I'm like.
So you're like, I'm not doing this shit no more. It's kind of like I don't even need an answer to that, because you're right. Like, why the fuck am I downing myself like this? Why the fuck do I feel like this? Like, when I should be feeling like I'm the baddest bitch in the room. And
I've found that I have a personal criteria at this point. So as long as I'm meeting these checkpoints, I'm a bad bitch. Like, as long as my bills are paid in full, there's no balance on anything, bad bitch. As long as my child is okay, doctor's appointments, like, getting his test results and stuff back, making sure that he's straight, bad bitch. Making sure my husband is straight, bad bitch. Like, and these are things outside of myself, because I still have a list. Making sure my mentees are taken care of, make sure I'm on my P's and Q's about this podcast, making sure that I'm going to the gym, making sure I'm going to my doctor's appointments, all these different things. It's a long ass criteria, categorized by a lot, but I am checking all the boxes. Bad bitch. I feel like your definition of a bad bitch should just be a personal criteria.
Yeah.
And I would love, like, even if we could get like some of y'all together, maybe doing on live, we can do it together,
Yeah.
where we create this criteria, like a personal criteria for how y'all can like check in with yourselves about, this how I know I'm a bad bitch. And it won't be anything that social media has convinced you. It won't be a self-care routine. It won't have anything to do with the products in your house. It'll simply be, am I checking these boxes in my life? Like, do the activity on your own. Like, really sit down and map out physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. What are the criteria? Damn, my hand is pale. What are the criteria for being a bad bitch? I'm like,
because of the light.
I just think in general, I'm disappearing in the wintertime. I like Edward Cullen.
You are getting a little light.
I get pale.
Damn. I thought I got pale.
Girl, no, I turn into fucking Elvira. I disappear. It's deep, but yes. I say all that to say, get on your P's and Q's.
I feel that.
And do your big one. You feel me? Make your criteria.
There are certain things that if I do them for the day, I'm just like, hell yeah. I knock that shit out the park. Even if it's something like new, like randomly, like I cleaned up a little bit around the house just to make myself feel like, all right, cool. Like this living situation is cool. Like,
people don't talk about that enough. Having a clean house. It's a difference between having a spotless house and having a clean house. Because clean houses are still lived in. Like, my house is very lived in. Got a lived in living room. Like, we be living in it, bitch. But I keep it clean.
But it's not dirty.
You know? Keep it clean. We got blankets. We got enough blankets to fucking house a orphanage. We got hella blankets. But we keep them folded on the couch. You see what I'm saying? I can't stand for the cat litter to stink. So I clean the cat litter almost every day. Like, my desk area, I wash dishes every fucking day. I vacuum multiple times in a week.
I need to get
Having a clean house just, it does
Feels
something
better.
to my mental health specifically, where I'm just like, I could actually get some shit done. Versus when you come home and there's shit everywhere, when you come home and your bed's not made, you're like, fuck.
And in a spiritual sense, I feel like you feel less cluttered. Like when you don't see, like, you might be like on a like mental mission to do one thing, and then you come in the house and it's dirty, and you be like, damn, I can't even do that because I gotta get this shit done. Like, I can't live like this. It's
Especially when you have ADHD, because it turns off one switch to then turn on another, and then all your switches turn on because
irritated.
you're in the living room cleaning up, and then you got to take the cup out the living room and put it in the kitchen, and now you like, shit, I gotta wash the dishes, and now you halfway done washing the dishes when the fucking timer go off to do something. It
It
just
is such a big thing.
it's such a big thing. That's why
Layers and shit.
having like just again checklist save my life. I know I gotta clean the bathroom. I usually clean it closer to the weekend because that's when people start coming over, things of that nature. You know, it's little things, and there's like key indicators with my eyes. I hate a ring in the toilet. I hate it. I hate a ring in the toilet. I hate when it starts to get a little yellow. I hate dirt in the tub. Like, when I can visually see things, my brain immediately goes, fuck everything else. This is priority to get this clean. So sometimes it's not a note cue. It's like a mental cue. It's an eye cue for me. But sometimes people's lives are so, you know,
Things start
overshadowed with things that cleaning up doesn't become a priority. But I would recommend, like, fuck Sunday
just
cleaning.
one little thing.
Yeah,
a
fuck
day.
a Sunday cleaning every day.
Straighten
just clean
up.
one part of your house. And every day make your bed. Like, people
Yeah.
don't talk about how that one little thing really changes a whole lot.
It feels so good to not have to straighten up the bed before I get in it. Like, it's good.
Yeah. People don't, I swear people don't talk about that enough. Like, that, I have heard people say that making their bed every day turned into a whole, like, lifestyle change of really, like, making different habits happen.
If you can do that consistently, just think about the other things that you can do.
Maybe that's what it is.
consistently.
It's a consistency thing.
It's kind of like the Atomic Habits type of thing.
I love that book.
I have not read it. I looked at like the little bullet points and shit for it.
Listen to it. It's a really good listen.
I do need to listen to it.
Because he's not a monotone. He does do a little inflection and stuff like that in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. But like Atomic Habits, it just kind of like builds up over time. Like you aren't throwing all these things on you at once. Like kind of like how we've talked about how I do. Like I'd be like, all right, I want to do this and I want to do that. And it's just like, how about you do one of those things? Do it for the week.
Yeah.
And then like posting. I done posted for 3 weeks in a row now. I be like, I'm looking at this shit like, this shit not actually that hard. Do I overthink it a lot? I think I overthink it less than I used to.
Yes.
Before I would be like, oh shit, it's not aesthetically pleasing. Now I'm just like, I don't have a fucking niche. So who the fuck gonna tell me?
You keep saying that you don't have a niche. You have a niche.
What is my niche?
It's a lifestyle niche.
I guess.
You make work related content. You work in tech, so you work in IT. You make IT related content as a Black woman working in the school system. That's a consistent thing with you. Nature has been a consistent thing that you've been posting, and just overall lifestyle, like you're changing habits. That's niche. I'm the wrong person to talk to. You know
I be
me.
thinking about that, but then I'm just like, I don't know. It just goes over my head. I'm just like, sure.
I think
I don't know.
It's knowing my niche specifically allows me to not overcomplicate content. Doesn't meet one of these 3 categories. It does, I'm gonna post it.
Oh, okay.
Cause fuck overthinking it. I'm only posting because that's what I said I was gonna do. So if I can meet these 3, like one of these 3, fuck if it's all 3. One of these 3, I'm cool. So if it's fucking motivational content, bow, got it. If it's being a bad bitch, bow, got it. If it's something spiritual, bow, got it. Post it.
It's the winter time now, so I ain't got nature shit going.
Yes, you could, like you said the other day when you posted, it's still warm enough for you to sit outside. You gotta walk the dog. You can play in the snow. That's nature.
True.
I told you I'm the wrong motherfucker one. If you ever want to start any type of social media, we have an announcement that we'll be making real soon. But like, no, real shit.
I feel like I'm better at it when it's for other people, not for myself.
To be quite honest with your friend, as of lately, I found that what you're doing is actually like really good for yourself to the point where I feel like you've taken yourself on as a client.
Yeah, in a sense. Because I got now this week I have 2 posts that I'm just like, they're just scheduled.
See?
Like I don't even have to worry about those days. I'm like, oh shit.
I love it.
It's a great time. It's a great time. You too could be a full content creator.
Yeah. Even if you want to do it part-time. Fuck.
3 times a week.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the gym mindset over motivation.
Did you go to the gym today?
I did not.
Okay.
And the reason why I didn't go is because my back is still fucking with me. Now, it's not as bad, but I've also been literally, you know how sometimes it'd be like, I will overdose on naproxen for my cramps. I will kill the both of us. I don't give a fuck. That's how I'm kind of feeling with my back. I will take this naproxen until I can get a doctor's appointment. I need an MRI or something. I know we talked about the core situation, so I also want to try that. However, a lot of the exercises that requires my back. So I really cannot play about this shit. It has me thinking, it has me kind of scared because a lot of my family's ailments started with back pain, multiple sclerosis, different types of indications of cancers and things of that nature, which has my mind kind of spiraling, which was making me procrastinate with making a doctor's appointment because it's like, God, if you tell me anything on the other side of this shit, I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to take on a diagnosis that heavy. But another part of me is like, well, bitch, what if God forbid had some damage and then you wake up and your legs don't work? You know, so you can't.
I'd rather get the diagnosis today.
Yeah, and for my legs not working well.
Than feel some random shit tomorrow.
You know, so I did say I'm going to go to the gym on Wednesday, but I'm going to do some like mindless, simple cardio, not kill myself. I'm not going to touch a weight. But I am going to schedule a doctor's appointment so I can see if she can give me a, what's they called? They got to give like a recommendation or something for an MRI, which is stupid.
MRI.
And then I'll go get an MRI.
I do like going to the gym. I haven't been in like 2 weeks, but I am going to go tomorrow, even though I hate Tuesday mornings in the gym. Because why the fuck are all these people in here? Like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's dry as a bitch in there. Tuesday, everybody want to be in that bitch. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? But I do want to go tonight. Because I really don't want to go tomorrow. So I'm just like, how about I just go tonight, that like burst the little energy that I still be having, get that shit out the way, and then
it might be sleep better too.
Yeah, it used to. Yeah, I used to go to the gym at night.
You might know. I was gonna say you might notice that you might flip a switch and be like, fuck, maybe I need to start working out at night. I know several people that work out at night because it helps them sleep better. Yeah, my therapist was telling me go at night to help me sleep better. Problem is I'm a pre-workout junkie.
I was about to say.
So I will take the pre-workout. And that's my thing.
I do need pre-workout. I'm realizing that I do need something extra to hype me up. So like.
What about the honey and salt situation? Was that helping?
I have to get more honey.
Okay. Because I feel like maybe if you go the holistic route and it works, then we won't have to go the caffeine route like me. You know me. I'm a caffeine crackhead. unfortunately.
That shit be making me sleepy.
Yeah.
Personal growth obsession.
I am over the spirituality, friend. I'm going to be real with you. I need to take a break from healing. And not in a, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not in a negative sense where I'm like, I'm fucking sick of all this shit.
No.
I find myself being able to pin everything to my belief system when it is a human thing. My procrastination is spiritually rooted, but I need to deal with the human part of that shit. I can't pray the procrastination away. I can't write the procrastination away. I can't journal. I have to do something about it. So all of this, and because my north node is over here, and because my such and such, none of that matters if I'm not going to take action. So I'm at a point now where I cannot have this obsession that I've always had, right? The space that I lead from with motivating other women. I have to be more fucking realistic about my experiences. And that means that I have to take all of that off the table. My natal chart for right now, my human design, I had to take all that off the table.
Yeah. Because of course it's written in the stars, but what the fuck you gonna do about it?
And that's the point, right? I can read my horoscope all day long. Good things are coming.
Because
blah,
the
blah,
shit
blah,
can change. The horoscope is not guaranteed. You can change that shit. Like, it's just you might be going through this right now. And half of the time you just like, oh shit, well that do hit today.
It's like a check-in. It's like a checkpoint. But my actual work, like my goals, need action. Not another natal chart reading, not another card reading. It needs some action. So I'm at a point now where, like, even with my mentee group tomorrow, we're going to talk about this. When you just don't have it, when all you have is when you don't have the motivation or the mindset, and all you have is the idea in your head that something has to change, what the fuck do you do? So you reframe. So I'm in this space right now of reframing the thought of, yes, you can do it, girl. Yes, you can put your mind to it. Instead of being like, girl, you know, because you a Leo, because you deserve to have a good life,
fucking great.
You're gonna go to the gym. Because you want a healthy body and a fat ass bitch is why you're going to. This has nothing to do with nothing else. This is why. And then having those actionable checkpoints, like, I know we're, working through Asana now, but I need a personal, like, something where I'm looking at the time frame of my goals. I need something simple. Like, I need a calendar or something where I could just put a little simple.
They have a calendar.
I'm talking about, like, in person. You know me. I like
physical.
to write. So,
I have one of those.
Yeah, I just need to be able to scribble off the calendar that I've done something, or cross it off my list. Things that I've accomplished. Yeah. Because I'm just noticing, like, I really will procrastinate and be like, oh, it's just it's just my Gemini, whatever. Girl, no, the fuck it's not. It's that you fucking procrastinating. So that's where I've been lately. I just can't obsess over those things no more. I gotta be fucking for real with myself.
I am on the other side where I'm just like, I have been putting my spirituality on the back burner, and I feel like I do need to up the ante just a tad bit more. Like, just not have it so much at the forefront, but allow it to be a lifestyle, because because it does help a lot. Like, I listen to certain, like, oh, if you found this video, but the shit be hitting, and I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I realize that I am, like, divinely guided, and I let my, in a sense, like, gifts kind of like go off to the wayside when I need to continue to use them, and like strengthen them, because I'm gonna need them. I need them now. Like,
they go hand in hand, right? Duality is definitely a thing. That faith without works part, right? So I think I'm on the side of works and you're on the side of faith. And when you don't have the other, you will recognize how you fall short in the one that you're focusing on. You cannot prioritize just being actionable. No. You cannot just prioritize just your spirituality. And I think that we both did a great job of losing sight of the opposite, right? So that's why friendships like this are so beneficial, because usually the other friend is on the other spectrum. And I think that will be of a lot of help to one another, specifically in this season with it getting colder outside, not being able to do as much because the world is kind of slowing down. Still having somebody be like, hey, you working on those goals? Yes. But hey, are you still feeling good about working on those goals? Because that's important. Hell yeah.
Because my intuition has been very loud. Like, I asked for it to be loud, and it's been like, I'm yelling now. Right. It's been like, the fuck? Like, with the
I love when intuition go,
bitch.
Like,
because you asked, so now, like, with them numbers, I was like, oh, did you ever look them up?
I didn't look those up. I gotta look them up. You saw that those two, like, today? How often are you seeing those set of numbers? Because we never talked
It
about
was
that
just
set.
doubled, like, on the truck. And I was
Okay.
just like, I feel like this is telling me something.
Got it.
Because it's like, what a coincidence that it's in the license plate and in the number of the company.
Maybe
That's
it's a
usually
new angel number.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes, because you get your three threes, you get your 555s, you get your birthday, you get that. But sometimes, like you said, when your intuition is screaming at you about a certain set, like that is really impactful.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a new set for you.
Yeah.
Because those numbers don't because when you first sent it to me, I was like, what the fuck do those numbers even mean? Those aren't like anniversary dates. I can't think of anything like around that time. And I was like, what the fuck? But I never bothered to look at between work and the wee woos and all that other weird shit going on today. I just should have slipped my mind completely. But I'm definitely gonna look that up.
And realizing that my life path number was in one of them too.
Okay.
It's kind of like a.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I fuck with it.
But yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this chapter of my life.
I'm excited for this chapter of your life too.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be good.
It's going to be so freaking good.
And it's going to be good. Whether I'm a part of it or not, I just am excited for your life in general.
I'm going to be a part of it because I'm going to be telling you about it.
I mean, of course, but I'm saying, you know, people aren't directly a part of somebody's goal.
Center, yeah.
You should still be excited for your friends.
Sometimes.
No. Your friends should, if your friends are a part of everything you do, it's the not so much people pleasing, and I don't want to also call it codependency, but it's just like you get so excited. Yes, I get really excited about experiencing things with people. Now, have I, like, when I celebrated my birthday by myself last year, was that amazing? Hell yeah. And thinking about it now, I'm just like, I do need to do more shit like that. Like, I just need to be spontaneous and be like, well, I'm going to go do this. Because not everybody is ready for the adventures that you're ready for. Like, sometimes people don't got the bread. Sometimes people just scared. Like, people don't want that experience. And sometimes shit just ain't meant to be experienced with other people. Like, God put it on your heart so you could do it. Yeah. And then when you try to get people to do it, you see that, like, all the plans fall apart. You're like, fuck, I guess that's your way of saying G-O-D. Yeah. Gotta do it by myself. Speaking of God, Hoodoo Heritage Month. This month is Hoodoo Heritage Month. October is Hoodoo Heritage Month. You might see a lot more people who practice Hoodoo, specifically Black people, Black Indigenous people, Afro-Latinas, who will walk around all white, walk around with maybe more colors on. So most of the time during Hoodoo Heritage Month, you'll also see like people who practice Ifa. You'll start to see them, you know, update their altars and things of that nature. I think because it's so close to Dias de los Muertos, that, you know, it starts to happen there. But specifically for me, as somebody who's very new to Hoodoo, like when I tell y'all I'm very new to this shit, I'm very new to it, but I'm true to it. This was a great month for me. It was a great month. My family, we grew up Methodist, Baptist, and Pentecostal. I grew up specifically United Methodist. My family doesn't recognize their Hoodoo practice. There's a lot of shit that we do that we don't recognize. And I'm actively in it, and I try to teach my family these things without denouncing their practice. My grandmother just asked me the other day, like, hey, the church is doing one last christening for the year. Have you thought about getting your christened? It has not crossed my mind again because I don't like the practice of that. That's just me. What am I christening him for? That does not guarantee him a place in heaven.
I was about to say, and he's a child. Like, in a sense, children are already good. Like, you are God. Innocent as fuck.
He loves God. So I don't, christening him to me
personally, gonna put a whole new layer of why do I have to do this and questioning, and it's
that I want to give him the answer for. I know that my family got the Bible. I know, but we just had a conversation over this past weekend about how now I'm looking at the Bible differently. So there's a lot of things that I'm just not ready for my kid to experience. There's a lot of trauma behind that with me. So with this Hoodoo Heritage Month specifically, my family, again, not knowing what they was doing, had a dedication to the oldest living members of my family based on, my family's last name is Sewell, and my family has a last name of Watts. So the Sewell Watts family got together. There were about 41 of us individually, like 41 individual phones, but there had to be maybe 100 of us on the call. And on this call, we, my family specifically, sent out throws, like blankets, to the oldest living members. It has one rose on it, and there was this really, you know, beautiful meaning behind it. But on that call, we went through the founding members of our family. Like, literally, we have photos of these people. I have a vivid memory of, like, the second generation of my family. I had over 20 years with these people. The first generation of my family passed away, of course, before I was born, but these are people that I can go visit at a cemetery, all these different things. And again, my family just doesn't pay attention to this. So while we're on a call and they're talking about these people, they're calling out ages, they're calling out full names, they're calling out all these people. My cousins are lighting candles. And I'm like, we are awakening this bitch. Y'all don't even recognize what the fuck y'all are doing. And there's so much prayer and there's so many things that are happening on this call, so many mantras and so many affirmations. And my family just peeps it.
I know you felt it though.
It's Christianity. That's all they felt it as. And meanwhile, my heart is racing. My hands are sweaty. My eyes are like, my pupils are dilated because my family doesn't even know what I've been working on behind the scenes. They have no idea what I'm trying to do. And the word entrepreneurship kept coming up and the idea of, you know, being leaders and being, you know, community leaders and all the different things that they would do to people, to these different areas, the land that we sold, the way we accumulated our, you know, riches and why we're so financially, you know, founded as people. And
it's your birthright.
You know, it taught me that this is my birthright. I know for shit sure that my great, 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 great uncle had some shit with him. He was selling vegetables out the back of a truck. Yeah. Racism, you know, is a thing. People wanting to, you know, impose on that. People who aren't happy for you. Just so many different things could happen. The founding woman of my family had 5 husbands. You know how much shit you got to put up with 5 motherfucking husbands? And they lived in a farmhouse. They didn't live, or really a barn house. They didn't live in a big ass home. It was a 1-bedroom space with hay on the floor. And they made it happen. If they could do all of that, all the places I can go. You see what I'm saying? So like redoing it to putting all the obituaries on the wall the way that I did instead of having them all together. My grandmother came to the house and there's a picture of my great grandfather, great grandmother, great aunts and uncles, of course my great grandfather, that's his siblings or whatever. And I was like, can I keep this? She's like, yeah, sure. I made, you know, tons of copies. Great. Put it right there on the altar. You see what I'm saying? My cousin Pat said that the booklets for our family, our founding story, $75. She was like, if we can get it copied cheaper somewhere else, let me know. In my mind, I'm like, let me just send her the $75. Like, I want my book. I've never been more serious about something in all my life. If you can find your heritage, specifically as Black people, we get written off. All you know is some motherfuckers came over here on a boat and that was it. Like, that's all you know. You might know your granny, and if you lucky, you might know your great granny. I know my great granny. I know my great aunts and uncles. And I'm not talking about I heard that they was great people. Like, I was in the house with them. Like, they just died last year type of shit. So people write off their family. Yeah. You know, it's not a thing. They my family. That's all I need to know. No. You know, maybe you want to know where these generational curses are stemming from. Maybe you want to know what your family is good at. I did not know that there were so many community leaders and entrepreneurs in my family. I knew of maybe like 2 or 3.
That makes
now
sense,
I know about 50 or 60. That's crazy.
That makes sense though, because that's in your
That's
nature.
my bloodline. That's my bloodline. I found out like one of my cousins, she on like 15 committees and she oversees like 8 of them. So if there's ever something about me being a community leader, I literally have somebody to go to. This is what the fuck this is for. And then we having a family reunion next year. Lit. Can't wait to get a shirt. Like, I'm dead fucking serious. I want my shirt. I want my hot dog. I want my motherfucker. I want the experience. I want it to be hot as shit outside. I need a slice of watermelon. And I need for it to be the same thing that it always is every time we get together. Last family reunion we had with this many people was, I think, in like the year like 1999 or 2000. It was like 500 of us at a park. Damn. That's how big our family is. And we're not opening it up to just Soul and Watts. This is Soul, Watts, Hall. This is all these people. And they come out the woodworks. And it's not oh yeah, this your cousin Pookie and them. And you know, like, this your cousin Allison. And she runs the NAACP over and such and such and such and such. There's so much prominence in my family that I just was never fully fucking aware of. Yeah. I'm so thankful for this Hoodoo Heritage Month specifically because I didn't feel like I was doing enough. Yeah. I didn't wear my head wrapped and I didn't always have my head covered. And I feel like specifically this was my ancestors, you know, time of being like, rewrite the story. Yeah. There's a different way to hold our lineage now, baby. Yeah. Them people don't care. They don't care like you care. My grandmother was so proud of me. She was like, Christian, you really are holding this thing down. That meant a lot to me. Yeah. When my cousin Chucky was like, girl, you doing the damn thing. When my family says it, like specifically like my cousin Frida, I look up to her so much. My cousin Marsha, I respect her and I look up to her so much.
When my older
cousins are like, I am so proud of you. When my cousin Rhonda says, girl, I see you, I'm so proud. That shit means a lot to me. So when people don't know their family, or when people like, yeah, girl, I know my aunt do some shit, but go talk to your aunt. Yeah. My uncle, I know he be doing something. He owns something. He be doing something. No, go talk to that nigga. As long as they not like beating on you, you know,
Yeah.
like stealing from you, shit like, because I know that shit happens in families
Yeah.
too. But if it's just to the point where you just got a couple questions, go ask. Really go fucking ask, because you too could be having a good Hoodoo Heritage Month.
Yeah.
You really could be getting that money on. Like, do you know how much money I could have manifested this month if I just
Locked in.
was too busy getting married?
But it's coming back.
Oh yeah, it's actually coming back tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited and both blessed.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know my family like that.
We're gonna figure that out though.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go down to Louisiana.
Going down the bayou.
Girl, well, I'm gonna be on that front porch. I keep telling you, man, your granny. I'm going on the front porch. By the time we leave, I'm gonna be like, well, girl, you ain't asked the right questions, because I got 75 cousins that she said you can catch up with right now. And then we're gonna go on the tour. We get in the car, we drive out to all their houses. I'm knocking on the door. I'm be like, you don't know her, you don't know me, but you gonna know us by the time this is over. Get some beignets or something, get some chicory and some coffee. We gotta talk. That's how we gonna do shit.
That's fine.
I'm telling you. I don't know if I can go to New Orleans. I might not come home.
When I go down to Louisiana, I do feel like a sense of I would like to stay.
Yeah. I think
Like
it's
just where my mama is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I could stay here.
Yeah.
It's nothing but woods and a long ass fucking like barely paved road. It turns into a fucking
That's
dirt
all I
road
want.
after.
All I want is to
I walk
feel like,
around there with no shoes on.
that's how I feel.
Even when it's hot outside, my feet be burning. I get in that grass real quick,
and it still feel good. There's something about me, and this could be eugenics, right? Maybe this is trauma speaking, but it brings me peace of mind to think about, I want to build a home on some land where there were some slaves. I want to build, because
to free them.
Because they deserve that shit.
Yeah.
Like my ancestors, I have, familial land. I'm really considering moving down to Charles County. I'm really considering moving back to like the Hanover area and building a house.
I don't see why not.
If that's where my lineage is, imagine all the shit that I could do if I build a home in the same spaces
Where
that
your
my
family
bloodline actually is.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about you in Louisiana. That's why I'm like, girl, sometimes you might have to spend a summer down there, like a whole summer, and just run your ones. You feel me? Like really get into the trenches of your family and figure out the generational curses that you're breaking, the general curses, that you've taken on, all those different things. More people need to research their families. You need to know the motherfuckers you're dealing with. I know my family too fucking well. That's the problem. We talk too much.
But that's really good though.
Is it? Shell just call me.
To an extent.
I gotta call this whole back.
Oh, to an extent, it's good. I know it can be like overwhelming. Like I was telling somebody today, like about like how I wanted to move out of the state, and I was just like, with you, I was just like, you don't want to move because you still have family here.
Yeah.
You still have family that you like literally take care of.
Yeah,
and it would be harder for you.
I said it with the weekend of the wedding. I said I literally can't leave Maryland until like my people die. I can't. It don't even feel right. It don't feel right for me to even remotely say like, let me pack this shit up and leave. Mm-hmm. It feels selfish for me to do that when I know like my God-given purpose right now is to ensure that the people that raised me
are taking
live their last years out in decency.
Mm-hmm.
No, I fuck a nursing home, fuck all that.
No.
If something happened to my grandmother, something happened to my great aunts today or tomorrow, I would quit my job and become their life, like their caretaker. Mm-hmm. I would go down to courts and sign as much paperwork as I had to. I'm not fucking playing. When they close their eyes, my father, my aunt, that's cute that your mother passed. That's cute. Don't touch nothing. That's how I feel. When my Aunt Regina passed, when God calls her, don't touch nothing. Let me take care of this, because you don't know what the fuck you do. You don't know how to lay people to rest. I want to be a death doula.
Yeah.
It's so deep in my blood to take care of like just old people. The wisdom. If you don't feed the wisdom dies.
Yeah.
Wisdom is literally how I run most days. So I wouldn't know what to do. I would not know what to do. If I left the state of Maryland, I would panic every day thinking about, what is she doing?
Did
she go to the doctor's
okay?
appointment? Did she eat? What the fuck is going on? But my boundary is strong enough to be like, they calling me at 10:30 at night. These bitches don't want shit. If they really want something, these hoes will call me back. If it's serious, they'll text me.
They'll double text.
You know?
Yeah.
They don't be wanting nothing. I literally will get calls 11 o'clock at night. Shoot up. Who died? What happened? Girl, did you see Goma Pal? If you don't get the fuck off my phone. What do Goma Pal even come on? Why is you watching it?
It come on right now.
Well, she be like, girl, is you high? Why is you calling me? You been smoking that stuff today? Michelle, get on my phone.
I am sleeping.
She be like, you got some of that stuff? Why, Michelle, you want some? I don't know. I thought about it. Well, come over here and get it. No, I was just playing. Get off my phone.
Well.
Get off my phone.
She's gonna trip out on a daggone edible.
I'm gonna give it to her.
Stop playing.
Give her what she wants.
Well, thank you for listening. This has been another episode of Jaded and Evolving. Do you have an affirmation?
I am both highly favored and blessed.
I like it.
Always walk around knowing that you are highly favored and blessed. No matter what, everything has no choice but to work out. Okay?
Yes.
Love you. Bye.